Before we begin, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to African Tales by Sharon, and click on the notification bell so you don't miss out on our next story. In the heart of Johannesburg, 22 years old Zandile stared at her reflection in the mirror. Her curves were undeniably full. Her hips were full, thick thighs, and her figure moved with envy. But to Zandile, they were a source of shame. She tugged at her loose sweater, wishing it could hide her body entirely. Zandile wasn't born into her current family. She was adopted at 5 years old. Her adoptive parents were kind, but her 3 older sisters, Nokutala, Lebo, and Mamboli, made her life unbearable. Unlike Zandile, they were petite and they made sure to remind her every day she was different. "You would never fit in with us, Zandi," Nokutala sneered one evening, tossing her long braids over her shoulders. "You look like, what do they call it? A brick house." The other sisters laughed, and Zandile felt her eyes sting with tears. She ran to her room where she'd spend hours sketching designs in her notebook. Her only escape from the constant ridicule, where she spent hours designing clothes dresses that flattered women of all shapes and sizes. She dreamed of a world where girls like her could feel beautiful. One day, after another harsh comment from Nokutala during a family dinner, Zandile's frustration boiled over. "Why do you hate me so much?" she demanded. Nokutala laughed. "Hate you? Please, you make it too easy. Look at you. You will never belong in this family." Her parents, overhearing the exchange, tried to meditate, but Zandile felt they didn't understand. She was an outsider in her own home, trapped in a body she hated. But everything changed when the family attended a gala in Santon. Zandile wore a dress she had secretly altered herself. A simple gown she had turned into something breathtaking. But she still stood in the corner, avoiding the crowd. Linda Di Amini, a renowned talent scout for Ubuntu modeling agency, was captivated by Zandile's presence. "Excuse me," Linda said, approaching her. "Have you ever considered modeling?" Zandile laughed nervously. "Me? Modeling? No, ma'am." "You have got the wrong person." But Linda persisted. "The world is changing, my dear. It's about time we celebrated all kinds of beauty, and you have something special. Here is my card." Linda handed Zandile her card with a smile. "Think about it. I am certain you are exactly what the industry needs. Give me a call if you are interested." Zandile stared at the card, unsure of what to do. Her sisters noticed the interaction from across the room, and as soon as they got home, the mocking began. "Did that woman actually think you could be a model?" Mbali scoffed. Nokutala chimed in. "What's next? A cow on the cover of a fashion magazine." Zandile's insecurities deepened, but a spark had been lit. She tucked the card into her sketchboard, staring at each night as if it held the key to her future. One day, after a very special cruel comment from her sisters, Zandile decided she had nothing to lose. She dialed Linda's number. "Linda, it's Zandile. I'd like to give modeling a try." Linda's excitement was contagious. "Fantastic! Come by the studio tomorrow. I can't wait to see what you have got." Zandile arrived at the sleek Stadion studio the next day. Overwhelmed by the glamour, Linda greeted her warmly and introduced her to the team. The first shoot was daunting. Bright lights, a camera pointed at her, and strangers watching her every move. She was stiff and nervous at first, but Linda's encouragement helped her relax. "You are doing amazing, Zandile. Trust me, you belong here," Linda said. As the photo shoot progressed, Zandile saw herself transform. The mirror reflected a confident, radiant woman she barely recognized. Over the next few months, Zandile's life changed drastically. Linda helped her build a portfolio, and soon she landed her first gig, a campaign for a local clothing brand that celebrated African curves. Billboards featuring Zandile's images popped up across Johannesburg with the tagline, "Real Beauty, Real Women." Her sisters couldn't believe it. Label tried to brush it off. "It's just beginner's luck. Don't let it get to your head, Zandi." But Zandile wasn't the timid girl they used to bully. "Jealousy doesn't look good on you, Label," she said with a smirk. Her growing confidence caught the attention of her parents as well. Mama Telden, proud but confused, asked, "Zandile, where did all this come from?" Zandile smiled. "It's been inside me all along. I just needed something to help me see it." As her fame grew, so did the challenges. Some critics labeled her success a passing trend, while others criticized her every move. Social media trolls made cruel comments about her body, which triggered old insecurities. One night, overwhelmed, Zandile called Linda. "What if they are right? What if I'm not good enough?" Linda's voice was firm. "Listen, Zandile, you are more than enough. The world will always have critics, but you have something they don't, and that is courage. Never let them take that from you." Zandile also turned to her sketchbook for comfort, designing bold, unapologetic outfits that celebrated curves. She started wearing her own creations to events, and they quickly became her signature. During a family dinner, Baba Viju proudly showed us Zandile's latest magazine cover to the extended family. Nokotala, unable to contain her envy, snapped, "She's not even really part of this family. Why are we acting like she's so special?" The room fell silent. Zandile stood up, her voice steady but emotional. "You are right, Nokotala. I have never felt like I belonged here because of how you guys treated me. But I have learned that my worth isn't tied to your approval or anyone else's." Her parents looked ashamed. Baba Viju said, "We should have done more to protect you. I am sorry, Zandile." For the first time, her sister seemed remorseful. Nokotala muttered, "Maybe I was just jealous. You have always been stronger than me." Zandile's journey didn't stop at modeling. She launched a foundation called Curves of Courage to mentor young girls struggling with body image issues. She hosted workshops, traveled to schools across South Africa, and used her story to inspire others. During one workshop in Soweto, a shy teenage girl approached her. "I used to hate my body," the girl said, "but seeing you made me realize I can love myself just as I am. Thank you." Tears welled up in Zandile's eyes. For the first time, she felt truly fulfilled. Years later, Zandile walked the runway at a major fashion show in Cape Town, showcasing a collection she had designed herself. The audience erupted in applause, and as she took the final bow, she spotted her family in the front row, her parents beaming with pride, her sisters cheering aloud. In her closing speech, Zandile said, "For so long I believed my curves were a curse, but they became my greatest gift. To every girl out there, embrace who you are. You are enough, just as you are." Thank you for watching African Tales by Sharon. If Zandile's story inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe. What do you think about her transformation? Could you overcome insecurities like she did? Let us know in the comments below.